Hi friends, welcome back. I am Olivia, Olivia's Romantic Home, and in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys some DIY Trash to Treasure and Dollar Tree decor crafts. Without further ado, let's go ahead and plug in those glue guns, get out your glitter and paint, and let's get to crafting. Let me share with you a fun way to make decorative macaroons using a Dollar Tree pool noodle. So from the Dollar Tree, I grabbed a pool noodle and I cut 2-inch strips. Then I took this Cheez-Its cardboard box and outlined the circle of the pool noodle, cut those out, and then hot glued those to each end because I'm going to be using foam clay to make the shape of my macaroon, and I didn't want the foam clay to fall down into the little pool noodle circle. I hope that makes sense. So I'm taking the foam clay and I'm just grabbing two little pieces of it, and you want to make sure you seal your bag back up because it dries really fast. But I'm just going to take and I'm going to make little round circular balls, and then I took a rolling pin and I want to roll those out flat. So you're just going to roll one way and then roll the opposite way. I am just kind of working on this project and developing it. This is the first time I've ever done this, and I just had this in my head to try making macaroons this way. So if you guys have made them before and you have any other tips or tricks or have a different way to make them, share that in the comment section below. I would love to hear about it. This is a great project for kids. You would just want to help them with the hot gluing part, or you could find a different type of circular object that you didn't have to hot glue cardboard onto. But anyway, so you're going to take the foam clay and just kind of gently lay that on top of the top piece of your cardboard. That's going to be one side of your macaroon, and then you're going to take the other piece and lay that on top of the other piece. And I'm kind of shaping it as I go around. That was kind of the fun part, was to really try different ideas on how to shape these and make these look a little bit more like real macaroons. And I feel like I'm not saying it right. Am I saying this right? Anyway, comment down below. Macaroons. Anyway, maybe this is the Ozark way to say it. So anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and shape the other part, and you can kind of use, I'm just using this little cutting board, but you want to kind of shape it in a round way and then make it kind of a little bit flat. So you can kind of roll it on its side and then also press it down to give it more of that kind of flat rounded shape. I did feel like I played around with making the shape of it different ways, and each one was a little bit different, but you know, if you think about it and they're handmade, they might be a little bit different. But I thought they turned out really cute as like a little food prop. I'm going to be using these in my Valentine's Day decorations. I think faux food props are so fun. I did have one of you guys comment and let me know that to make sure you tell guests when they come over that they're not real. I don't have a lot of little kids that come over to my house. I have big kids and adults mainly, but that's really a good idea. Maybe put them up high, or do let your guests know if a food prop that looks really real isn't real. So now I'm just taking and painting them. I did give them 2 coats of paint, and I did yellow, pink, some oranges and purples, and then like even an aqua blue. I'm also piping some faux icing onto them. So this is just the DAP Featherweight Spackle, and I put it in a icing bag, and then I put a little icing bag tip on it. I only use these tips for my faux fake bakes, so I have them all out in my craft room, but here's how they turned out. Fun and fabulous and very, very budget friendly. Let's create a festive little wooden riser turntable. So from the Dollar Tree, I had a wooden riser turntable. I got it in the Dollar Tree Plus section, and I just painted it white. The next thing I want to do is take some painter's tape and make lines in it because I wanted to paint this in a check style, but I'm going to do pink and white checks for Valentine's Day and also for my Easter decorating. So I'm just taking a pencil, and I did paint the little wooden riser turntable. I painted it with 2 coats of the Waverly chalk paint, and then I made my own pink with white and pink paint. And then another way to paint your checks is to try to get a brush about the size of the checks you're painting, and that will really take a little bit of work out of it.
You're the rose in a garden, and it shows if I'm honest. You're the leaves in mid-August, and I've come out here to say that I love you. Ooh, ooh, you, ooh, ooh. So slow, hold you in my arms, won't let go. The world around could pass us by, a thunderstorm, a lightning strike, as we hold each other tight.
So I did give this 2 coats of the pink paint, and I will say when I do these check projects, I really like to go back in with a gold paint pen and kind of outline my work. I feel like that helps it look a little bit more finished. Unfortunately, it has snowed. We are completely snowed in. We're going to be on day 3 tomorrow of being snowed in. So I'm out of my gold paint pens, and I'm just gonna have to wait and maybe either order some online to come in later next week, or to try to pick some up once we get unsnowed in. So anyway, the roads are cleared off, though. I think tomorrow we may be able to get out even though the kids don't have school. But this is how my cute little pink and white check turntable turned out. And I think it's going to be super cute once I'm able to finish it up. And I also do want to seal it off, but I think it's a fun way to display my cute little faux cakes, which I can't wait to share with you guys how I created these. They are all Trash to Treasure recycled containers. So super fun and fabulous, and again, very budget friendly.
You're the rose in a garden, and it shows if I'm honest. You're the leaves in mid-August.
For this tutorial, I want to share with you guys how to create some fun and fabulous little fake bake cakes. So I'm taking some featherweight DAP spackling, and I just mixed in with some paint, and then I'm going to take some recycled containers. This is one of Benji Bear's little wet food containers, and you want to just take one of those little Dollar Tree craft little tools and smooth it on that way. And then a little tip that I just figured out actually in this crafting project, this is also a mushroom container. Believe it or not, you can just take really any plastic container, but you want to let those dry overnight before you start your piping. That's what I've found to be successful. So here's what I use is the DAP featherweight spackle. And I'm actually at the end of this, you can see I'm using this cardboard tool to scrape it out. But I just put it in a real piping bag, and I put a little rubber band around it and an icing tip in it, and then I go to town. So for this day, I think this is the day that it really started snowing, and I just was really wanting to do some fake bakes. For something about it is really relaxing. Now this cake I actually felt like I had messed up, but I went back and just did my best with it. But I finally realized that I need to let that first layer dry overnight instead of putting the first layer down and then trying to do my icing and piping. It's just easier that way. Also, sitting down probably helped as well. So I'm just taking and I'm making, to the best of my ability, some pretty little kind of cake swirls. Again, I'm no pro here, and I'm just doing this honestly because it's very relaxing to me. I find it very relaxing. It also helps me fight against my perfectionism, and it's just, craft therapy for me. So I took this little Dollar Tree felt rose, and then I'm taking some other little greenery pieces that I had floating around in my crafting section, and I'm just adding those in and around the little felt rose. You can also get in a giant package on Amazon, you can get some of the mini roses. My daughter had ordered these a couple of years ago, and I just hung on to them in my craft stash. So I'm adding the little mini satin roses My friend Rhonda at Rhonda's Rose Cottage Designs makes the most beautiful fake cakes you've ever seen, and she does all handmade clay roses. I need to get like a little clay rose uh, little silicone foam maker. I'm not sure if the DAP spackling would go in there to make those clay roses, but that would be really cool. But I just always use satin roses because I just, more than anything, I love to do these fake bakes just for fun. So if you like to fake bake for fun, this is a fun snow day craft, and your kids can help you do this. It gets messy, but other than the mess, your kiddos can definitely help you or do their own little fake bake. My daughter does fake bakes too. For this container, I actually used a Parmesan cheese container, and I did purple. So also you can add the spackling and then just take paint and paint the outside of your project after it dries overnight, which I actually found a lot easier to do instead of trying to mix the paint in beforehand. I felt like I was able to have more control over the color. So for these, again, I'm just adding the little satin roses, and here is how my cute little fake bakes turned out. I used a recycled cat food container, dog food container, a mushroom container, and then a Parmesan cheese container. So these are all super inexpensive. You're just going to need some craft paint and maybe some little scrap, floral pieces and some of that DAP spackling, and you guys can go to town fake baking it up.
That I love you.
Let me share with you guys how you can take a paper plate and create some fun little Valentine's Day hearts. So I have been creating so many Trash to Treasure hearts this year because I know after Christmas you guys might be a little bit tight for money. I know I am. And so I didn't want to spend a lot of money to create Valentine's Day decor, but I did want to make some pretty things. So I just took some paper plates and cut heart shapes out of it. And then I'm going to take my Mod Podge and I'm going to Mod Podge a layer of Mod Podge on the front of my heart. This is a great craft for kids. The only thing you're going to have is your glue, your paper plates, and if you want to put a pretty napkin on the outside of it, you could also use craft paper. You could skip this part, paint them. There's so many ideas. You could leave the hearts white. And I've shared with you guys a DIY on how to do this with the pink party plates you can find at Dollar General and Dollar Tree. So after I added my glue, then I'm going to take and I pulled the one layer off of the napkin. So when you unfold a napkin, you're going to have a layer that you want to pull off. And then I did just add one more light layer of the Mod Podge over that. But these are little party napkins, and I think they come 20 count to a packet for $1 at Dollar General. I saw them and I thought, oh, those are so cute because they're pink stripe. I love the pink stripe stuff. It's just so cute. And I've been doing a lot of the plain pink heart. So I was like, I think I need to add in some just some patterns to some of my Valentine's Day decor. So from the Dollar Tree, I had this pom-pom trim. I thought that would be super cute to add in and around my little hearts. And so be careful with the hot glue on this one, but you can just hot glue in and around the edge of your hearts and add your little pom-pom trim. And this is going to jazz things up. You could totally skip this step though too and just take these and punch a little hole in the top and tie a ribbon on them. But I just had this pom-pom left over from Christmas, so I thought, you know what, let's use it. I'm trying to use as much stuff in my craft stash, which isn't hard right now because we're stowed in and I can't even get out and buy stuff anyway. The next thing I want to do is make a shoelace bow with this Dollar Tree satin ribbon. I'm going to trim that off. You can also take a lighter and heat seal the ends of your satin ribbon. That way it doesn't fray. I didn't show that on camera because I don't want to show using a lighter in case kids are watching this, but you can simply take a lighter, heat seal those ends, and that will make you not have frayed edges. I also use this pretty Mackenzie Childs napkin that I had. Again, you want to take off that outer layer of napkin, and then I'm just going to take this red pom-pom trim, again that I had left over from Christmas. I have this cute little Dollar Tree ribbon that has hearts on it, so I added that to the and I'm going to use these red hearts in my kitchen because I do have some Mackenzie Childs teapot and some other little black and white check goodies in my kitchen. So fun and fabulous on a budget. I hope you guys have fun crafting. I'm going to share with you guys some of my winter weather. So this is the view across the street from my house. Somebody had commented that it seemed like I didn't live in the woods. I don't live in the woods, but I do have deer that come up in my yard. I live outside the city limits, kind of. And then here is how my front porch looks in the snow. Oh my goodness. And there's Benji Bear. He's just watching me. He's like, what are you doing outside, Mom? I didn't get ready on this day. Usually I get ready and talk to you guys in person, but I thought, you know what, I'm going to show them the snow instead. And I just didn't want to put makeup on today. So anyway, here's Benji Bear all dressed up. I put a little scarf on his head to go outside. We also made some veggie soup. It was so cold today. I think the high today was 7 degrees. So it's really, really cold. I also made grilled cheese sandwiches. So I hope you guys are staying warm and cozy. I have more crafting ideas coming up. I love y'all. I'm wishing you a gorgeous, fabulous, blessed day. Remember, use your voice for good. Drop kind comments in this comment section below and tell me what was your favorite DIY in this video. I love y'all and we'll talk soon.
I'm out here to say